Hi everyone, this is Becky from Becky's Baskets, back with another quick tip for helping you make great pine needle baskets. Today I'm going to show you how to use the backstitch to finish the rim of your basket. If you have any of my beginner pine needle basketry kits, this tutorial will apply to the finishing section at the end of your instruction booklet. If you have not yet mastered the basic stitch, please go back and watch my video on that stitch before attempting the back stitch. The link is below. It's not necessary to finish the rim of your basket with a back stitch. Here's a basket where I have just used the basic stitch and tapered it down normally and ended. But sometimes the back stitch adds a nice touch. Here's a little one with the back stitch, and you can see how there's like an X across the top. It adds that nice decorative touch, and it helps to tame some of the pine needles that might be sticking out. So that's what we're going to do today. Here's a small basket that I have just finished. I've tapered down. This is my last coil. And now I want to add that X or back stitch along the top. First thing, I need to make sure that I have enough thread to get all the way back around. It's difficult to change the thread during the back stitch, so if your thread is short, make sure you change it before you start the back stitch. Now, the back stitch is really a reverse of the basic stitch. That's why it's important that you understand how to do the basic stitch first. You're going to reverse the stitch, and that means also reversing the direction that you're going. So normally, as a right-hander, I coil in a counterclockwise direction. I'm going to reverse that for the back stitch and go in a clockwise direction instead. So whichever way you normally coil, you will reverse it for the back stitch. So this was my last basic stitch of this coil. I'm going to cross over it by pulling my thread back to the back, and then I'm going to stitch in right next to the stitch I made previously from back to front, angling the needle toward me and away from the direction of progress, and that's going to make this little X across the top. So again, I'm going to bring my thread to the back, crossing over the previous basic stitch, stitching in through the same holes that I used for the previous stitch, and angling the needle toward me so that it comes out on the front in the same holes also. So over the previous basic stitch, in through the hole used for those stitches, out through the same hole used for the stitches, pulling it tight till I have an X. And I'm going to continue progressing in this direction all the way around, crossing over each of my basic stitches on the way. When I get to the end, I will make my final X and then trim off any of these pine needles that are sticking out and bury my thread. Okay, so I have made it all the way back around, and I'm going to do my last stitch in from the back, out from the front, making the last X. And then you can see I've got a little bit of extra pine needles here, so I'm just going to clip those off. And then I'm going to bury this stitch. Sometimes it's helpful to go back over those little ends one more time to hold them down. And then you can bury your stitch. That's all there is to it. I hope this short video makes it easy to add a nice finish to your next pine needle creation. Please like and subscribe below so that you won't miss my next tip for creating beautiful pine needle baskets. If you're a beginner and need help getting started, check out my Etsy shop and my beginner kits, which come with detailed color instructions and all the supplies you need to get started. Links to my website and Etsy shop are in the description below. Thanks for watching and happy coiling!